Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. A House inquiry into anomalous flood control projects is set to begin on September 2. This comes amid allegations that dozens of congressmen themselves are involved in the anomalies. House Public Accounts Committee Chair Terry Ridon says they may invite Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong so he could finally reveal the names of these lawmakers. Let's get on point with Baguio City Mayor Benji Magalong. Mayor, good to have you again, and thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the program, sir.
Good evening, Pinky. Good evening to our viewers. Thank you for the invite.
Mayor, you supposedly submitted documents to Malacanang regarding what is supposed to be corruption in flood control projects. Can you tell us more about this? And sino po ang tumanggap nitong mga documents?
Well, that was last month, Sunday, when the President came to the city of Baguio to conduct inspection along Cannon Road. Dalawang projects yung pinuntahan niya dyan, the Rockshed project, wherein he was really disappointed and frustrated. Galit na galit siya nung nakita niya yung state nung Rockshed after the typhoon. Then after that, we went to Camp 3, wherein he saw the what's this, damaged rock netting. At pinakita ko rin sa kanya yung mga cat's eye. Tapos I turned over some documents. It's sort of a president's briefer para mas madali niya makita. Yung quick look kung yung mga different project na nagkakaroon ng mga anomalies.
So, am I to believe, sir, that what you sent the President after the inspection in Tuba, Benguet, are documents related to the Rockshed issue and dinagdagan niyo po sa issue ng mga cat's eye?
Meron pa, pati yung pinadala ko rin sa kanya yung mga binigay ko rin. Kasama lang doon lahat naka-compile lahat yun. Pati yung roadside barrier, pati yung the road that leads to nowhere. Pati na rin yung dyan sa substandard na mga buildings dyan sa Baguio General Hospital Medical Center.
So all in Baguio, basically that area, sir?
Baguio and Benguet.
And Benguet. Sir, saan si the road that leads to nowhere?
Come again, napiki?
Saan po yung the road that leads to nowhere na isinabit niyo po?
Sa Baguio yun sa Baguio area. Ito yung from Luwakan at sana magka-terminate sa Cannon Road pero hindi matapos-tapos. It is being funded multi-year pero hindi matapos-tapos, hindi ma-terminate sa Cannon Road. At bumabagsak na, nagkakaroon na ng erosion yung kanyang mga roadsides at talagang very challenging yung kalsada na yun. Kaya talagang di rin namin alam kung bakit ginawa yan. There was no consultation with the local government, no public engagement also with the communities that are actually residing there.
Sino nagpagawa, Mayor?
Yung DPWH, Department of Public Highways. At yung allegedly this is the fund was actually provided by the former congressman Mark Go.
The former congressman, did you say Mark Go, sir?
Yeah, former congressman Mark Go.
Okay. So yun po yung issue doon. And with that, sir, are you supposed to have a meeting with the President about, I guess, more revelations or insights you have regarding infrastructure or pangungurakot, SOP, etc., sir?
Well, nabanggit ko nga sa kanya yung mga cost nung pinakita ko sa kanya yung cost nung project, and at the same time we showed them yung nagdala ako ng isang civil engineer.
Mm-hmm.
The president of the Institute of Civil Engineers. Tapos in-explain niya kung ano yung nangyari diyan, ano yung mga flaws, ano yung why is it that the project was only limited to that area. Dapat sana kinover na niya mismo yung isang vulnerable na site. And besides, pinakita niya na, sir, kung dito, kasi merong contentious issue doon Sinasabi kasi na stay up pa naman eh. Nakikita nila na stable. Paano nila sabi ng engineer? Paano magiging stable, sir? Kung titignan mo, meron ng retention wall dito, retaining wall rather. So bakit hindi na lang nila in-extend dito? And look at pinakita yung river, nakita nga namin yung gabion wall. It looks like, pati yung gabion wall substandard din ang pagkakakonstruct.
Malaking tulong, Mayor, that the President went there.
Yes. He was, alam mo, yung expression ni Presidente, talagang galit na galit siya. Very frustrated siya.
All right. But is there, so meron na kayong pinadalang mga dokumento, this is with regards to Baguio, Benguet, but that's it. Yun lang po yung mga papeles or dokumento na isinumite ninyo? Yes,
most of the were photographs, tapos numbers, actually. Was just a brief description of the project.
All right. Mayor, I don't know why, but it seems that the camera is moving, no? All right, that's much better. Thank you, sir. Let's talk about this, the investigations that are happening. One, the Senate will have its day 2 of its investigation into flood control projects this coming Monday, kung saan ipapatawag na po yung ilang mga sinapina na po rather itong mga contractors, and then of course the House hearing that will start on September 2. That's a Tuesday. Have you been invited to the House hearing, or were you even invited in the Senate hearing, sir?
Yeah, lagi nga nila akong hinahamon dyan sa House of Representatives, pero wala naman silang pinapadalang notice. And besides, kung nakatanggap naman ako ng notice, with all due respect to the House of Representatives, of course I will attend. Ganun din yung sa Senate, wala naman ako natatanggap na any notice whatsoever that I will attend the Senate hearing.
So you're ready, sir, whether it be the Senate or the House?
Yes, I will attend definitely kung makatanggap ako ng notice.
Mayor, ang sabi po sa House, kung kayo po ay iimbitahin, maganda po magdala kayo ng mga dokumento and name names. Is this something that you will be able to do in the event that you are invited and you show up, sir?
Well, sabi ko nga po, that would depend on I will reveal everything. That would depend on their questions. But what is important here is, sabi ko nga, they should not treat me as an accused. They should treat me as a resource person. They should allow me to present deliver my presentation and my message or manifestation.
Sa presentation, sir, would you be able to present documents that will point to corruption doon po sa stakeholders, whether it be politicians, the DPWH, or contractors? If you were to present that in the House hearing, ito po ba makakapagturo na? Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yes, thank you, absolutely. Siyempre, yun naman ang gusto nila makita, di ba? Useless lang naman kung magsasalita lang o corruption without presenting anything. So I need to present some proof that there's massive corruption that is happening in various projects of the PWH and also especially through flood control.
Ready na po kayo doon? Handa na po kayo doon?
Yeah, handa na kami doon. Kaya naghihintay na lang nga ako ng tawag nila.
Opo. Mayor, will you be able to name names? Sabihin po natin, politicians.
Yes, politicians.
In Congress?
Yeah, of course, definitely in Congress.
In both houses of Congress?
Hindi ko ganong abot yung sa Senate. Ang abot ko lang is admittedly doon lang sa House of Representatives.
And if you... Go ahead, sir.
I would prefer to appear sa House of Representatives.
Yung pong, so wala ho kayong, sabi mo, hindi nyo abot. In other words, wala kayong mapapangalanan. Yung pong pagkaintindi ko ng mga senador. Pero meron kayong mapapangalanan ng mga congressman or maybe congresswoman, ano po. How many, sir? Ilan hong inyong ma-identify o mapapangalanan?
Siguro, Pinky, hintayin na lang natin na tawagin ako at doon ko na lang i-reveal lahat para hindi anti-climactic.
Pero yung numero po na 67, ilang beses na po lumabas yun?
Yeah. You're cutting out.
Okay. Mayor, sabi mo nga, ayaw mo sabihin dahil anticlimactic, pero lumalabas na ho kasi yung numero na 67 na congressmen or
Oo,
women,
yes.
ano po. Yun ho ba, more or less, yung papangalanan ninyo?
Alam mo, maski na doon sa 67, hindi naman lahat doon involved sa anomaly siguro. I presume. I presume. Alam mo, although there were 67 and probably higher pa siguro yan kasi yung 67, Pinky, ito yung mga well-known contractors na before they became they became a congressman. Iba pa yung naging congressman na tapos nakita niya masarap pala maging contractor. Kaya siya naging contractor after being a congressman. Iba pa yung congressmen or congresswomen ng kanilang pamilya. Members of their family are also contractors. Pero ang katotohanan nun, sila rin ang contractor doon. Kaya mas marami pa yung numbers actually.
More than, sabi mo nga, it could be more than 67. But to clarify, Mayor, you were saying that it could be more than 67, but tama ho ba yung aking pagkarinig, they may not necessarily be involved in anomalous deals?
Yes, many of them. Many of them. Unang-una, alam mo...
Not involved in anomalous deals.
Yes. Alam mo, yung 67 did not actually come from me.
I know, sir.
67, yes, was revealed by Senator Lacson and based on his credible na informant.
I know when we last talked about that, sinabi mo nga galing kay Senator Ping yun, and looking back at research, yes, nanggaling nga po kay Senator Ping yun, pero ito po ay is something you're confirming. In fact, you're saying it's more than that, but may caveat nga, not all of this could be involved in corruption.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Wala pa tayong matibay na lead kasi na nakikita na all of them are actually involved.
Would you say it's a little hard to actually link them? Number one, obviously, Mayor, wala naman ho talagang magiging paper trail ito, hindi ho ba? Dahil kung may plano naman po talagang bigyan ang isang politiko, hindi naman po tatanggap ng resibo yan at sinabing tumanggap ako ng 3 milyon o 10 milyon. How do we trace this? For example, sir, sabihin po natin si Batangas 1st District Congressman Leviste, I'm sure you know this, sir, he filed a complaint against a district engineer, si Calalo po, after an alleged 3 million bribe to the congressman. So dito nagkwento daw tong si DE, anong supposed to be allegedly kalakaran doon, na kung saan yung dating congressman daw ay tumatanggap ng more or less 10 to 20%. Meron pong district engineer na nagsabi noon kay Congressman Leviste, would that suffice, Mayor? Tatayo ho ba yun?
Well, kailangan may corroborative evidence, testimony coming from other people who have personal knowledge on what really transpired. Kailangan din yun. Kaya nga, kailangan talaga na investigador. Hindi pwedeng basta-basta kung sino na lang. Hindi rin basta-basta kung sinong lawyer. Kasi hindi na lawyers naman. Kung hindi walang training sa investigation, hindi sila investigador. Alam mo kasi ang investigation kasi may mga trade craft yan. May mga skills yan on how to really gather and collect evidence.
Yung iba po mga congressmen, obviously, hindi po masyadong natuwa doon sa lumalabas po na balita dahil parang nalalahat po sila, 300 plus of them. I'll go to Congressman Richard Gomez and I'll put this up on the screen, but I know that there's been, nagkaroon ho kayo, naging magkaibigan po kayo muli. Ang sinabi niya kasi, well, and ito pong sabi niya, a part of it, he said that you talk nonstop about corruption in Congress. Why? Because it's an easy headline. Meanwhile, your own city is drowning in problems. The air quality is getting worse. There's not enough public transport. Maybe it's time to fix your own house before pointing fingers at others. Mahiya ka naman. In previous interviews, sir, you did say that sa iyong pakiramdam, ikaw ang pinariringgan ni Congressman Richard Gomez. Would that be correct, sir?
Yeah, wala kaduda-duda naman. Sa akin talaga, directed yung yung allegation na yan ni Converge.
And how did you feel when you read that, sir?
Ay, nasaktan ka agad ako dahil kaibigan ko siya. Honorary member ng klase namin. So, dapat sana tinawagan na lang niya ako. O kaya, kinonfront na lang niya ako. Unang-una, this is a very personal attack. Napansin mo yung mga wordings niya. No? the terminologies that he used, talagang very personal, nakakasakit talaga. And second is, sana punta siya sa Baguio para malaman niya kung talaga yung mga ina-allege niya tungkol sa syudad ng Baguio. But nonetheless, alam mo, sabi ko nga, probably there's a reason why he was compelled to say that. Baka merong nag-pressure sa kanya, merong napagsabihan siya, kaya sabi ko nga, intindi na lang natin. Anyway, kahapon naman, nung nakita kami kahapon, he was with Lucy during a particular event sponsored by the European Union. This is about the circular economy. And he approached me, and I think it was a very kind gesture. So, wala, nag-reciprocate lang naman ako.
Yeah, I think you posted it on your Facebook account, if I'm not mistaken. Was there any talk, sir? Nagkaroon ho ba ng pasensya ka na? O ikaw naman kasi, nilalahat mo kami. What kind of talk happened?
Well, meron siyang nag-whisper siya kasi. Nag-whisper siya sa akin na parang in-acknowledge niya yung presence ko para mista. Tapos nakita ko naman yung mata niya. And I can feel naman yung sincerity. Kaya na lang, hinata ko na lang siya. Tapos hinag ko na lang siya para just to say na I acknowledge.
And that ends that, sir?
Yes.
All right.
Alam mo, siguro, sabi ko nga, Pinky ko malamang he was compelled, he was pressured.
All right, Mayor, we need to take a very short break. We'll continue our discussion with Baguio City Mayor Benji Magalong when we return. Stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. Still with us, Baguio City Mayor Benji Magalong. Mayor, welcome back to the program. Noong sa mga nagtatanong siguro, bakit ang daming alam ni Mayor Benji Magalong sa corruption? Could you answer that, please?
Alam mo kasi marami rin nagsasabi. First is, I'm the former Secretary General of the League of Cities, so I regularly engage sa mayors. Ganun din sa Mayors with Good Governance during our series of workshops that we hold almost every 2 months. Babanggit din sa akin yung mga mayor, and then of course I validate this. Tapos kumukuha rin ako ng meron din akong sariling informants wherein I ask them to produce documents in the same manner that I took the initiative to gather documents pasikreto from my own informants in the House of Representatives, also in DPWH. Nakikita ko talaga yung big discrepancy, and at the same time I'm doing also my own research. Doon ko nakikita talaga ng massive talaga yung corruption na nangyayari.
How massive is it? I saw an interview of yours, a portion rather of an interview of yours with Jessica Soho. Ang sabi niyo po, sa sobrang dami ng pera na kinukurakot, ay inilalagay sa bumibili sila ng 2 or 3 bedroom condominium. At doon po nilalagay yung pera nilalagay doon sa kwarto. Sabi mo nga hindi na sa vault. Sa kwarto na po nilalagay. Could you further explain that, sir?
Alam mo, unbelievable nga eh. Unbelievable, Pinky, na ganun na karami yung pera nila. If you notice, tingnan mo na lang yung sa flood control. Billions are actually involved. Nawawala yung billions. How much, alam mo ba na for the past 3 years, when we were doing a review and we started to drill down on the data derived from the GAA, nalaman namin na about 600 plus billion was actually poured into flood control projects for the past 3 years. Isipin mo na lang kung, sabihin na lang natin, 20% or 30% ang nakuha dyan. Can you just imagine kung gaano kalaki yung perang nawala dyan, mga 200 or 300 billion pesos. Pero it's not only 200 or 300 kasi ang laki. Napakalaki ng porsyentong kinukuha eh. Iba pa yung porsyento ng politiko, iba pa yung porsyento ng implementing agency. Iba pa yung binibigay sa mga losing bidders. Kumbaga parang rig lahat na eh. Iba pa yung binibigay sa mga inspecting engineers. So makita mo talagang napakalaki nung nawawala doon sa pera. So hindi bihira lang. And so kung titingnan mo billions of pesos ang nawawala o kaya naibubulsa ng mga korap na politiko. That's why when you're talking about 1 billion pesos at in-stock mo yan, stock mo yan at 1,000 pesos, that's about 5 feet by 5 feet by 4 feet. Are you aware that if you're stealing 1 billion peso a year, you're stealing 2.7 million a day? Magkano yung kinikita ng mga taxi driver dyan? 700 pesos, mga jeepney driver. Yung mga vendors, 400 pesos. Nagbabayad pa yan ng tax. Habang sila, ninakaw na nga nila, billions of pesos, wala pang tax. Kaya nakakalula talaga. Kaya talagang, alangan namang pababayaan lang natin, tatahimik na lang ba tayo? And this is people's money. And this money also came from the taxes that we pay. Diba? Dapat makialam tayo. Hindi yung sarili na kala mo, they treat it as their own money. We're not going to allow it.
Mayor, meron ho ba kayo? I know you won't identify, but you know. Would you be able to, again, I know you won't identify, pero may masasabi ho kayo na itong politiko na to ang pinaka-corrupt sa lahat ng mga politiko?
Yeah, matindi talaga. Alam mo, just to give you an idea, yung binabanggit ko na sa Rumbold, alam mo yung binanggit ko sa Rumbold, meron isang third-party provider na lasing yung congressman, tapos nag-usap sila. Maya-maya, nagyabang yung congressman, isinama niya yung provider niya doon sa kwarto. Nagulat yung provider dahil talagang napakalaki pala nung pera pala na nando. Sabi niya, first time ko sir nakita ng pera talaga sa isang kwarto. Napakarami pa. Sabi niya, nalula ako. Sabi niya. At binanggit sa akin na ganyan-ganyan din lahat ng mga ang ginagawa ng ibang mga kasamahan niya, colleagues niya sa House of Representatives. And I can, ganun din yung mga nakatanggap ko, mga information na papadala rin sa akin from people also inside the House of Representatives. Meron nga akong congressman na kausap, sabi nga niya, alam mo, Mayor, nakakaya na rito sa mga colleagues ko. Ako na mismo nahiya. They're no longer using cash vote. They're using room votes. Sabi.
Ang kwarto hindi ginagamit sa tao, nilalagay ang pera.
Yeah, hindi na tao. Tumitira doon. Pera
Hindi
na lang.
Hindi na po tinutulugan ng tao, tinutulugan ng pera.
Sobrang dami. And they usually buy expensive condo units. 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. Kasi magaganda yung doon security, security service doon. So they feel na yung pera nila very secure doon pag nilagay nila doon.
Mayor, push comes to shove. Sabihin po natin na kayo po ay ipatawag nga. Meron ho ba kayong masasabi na sa inyong mga informants na maglalakas loob na sabihin ito sa publiko?
Alam mo, yung mga informant natin, takot na takot eh. Alam mo, hindi yung mga format natin, hindi basta-basta nagpapakita, takot na takot nyo humarap sa akin, makipagkita sa akin. So we always find a way for them to deliver their information to me. That's why we're using mga trade traps and intelligence para talagang hindi naman sila mailagay sa alanganin. Because they fear for their life as well. Ganon din naman ako. I fear for my life. And especially my family. Siguro kakayanin ko yan. Pero the family, yun ang inaalala ko.
Mayor, have there been threats, recent threats to you and your family's lives?
Wala pa naman. Sa awan ng Diyos, wala pa naman. But during the elections, my threat level was elevated to high because there was an intelligence report na nagpadala sa akin yung isang no less na si Secretary Allen, former Secretary Allen Kapuyan, mentioned to me na nag-text siya sa akin. Sabi niya, sir, ingat po kayo, mukhang positive po yung threats.
And this will not stop you, of course, no, Mayor, to reveal all that you know in the House or Senate hearings.
Never. Will not stop me at all. And I'm ready to face them. Naghihintay nga lang ako ng kanilang invitation, as I mentioned.
And, there is also this plan, sir, for a lifestyle check, ordered rather by the President na mag-lifestyle check. How much, if this is done, gaano ko kaya kalaking tulong ito sa pag-pinpoint doon sa mga corrupt?
Malaking bagay ang lifestyle check. Kasi alam mo yung lifestyle check, are you aware that it will take months to conduct a lifestyle check? Kasi ang daming proseso yan. Hindi, alam mo, magtatapos lang yan ng isang linggo, no? Panyan, what I mean is personal, what yan, intensive. Kailangan mo na maraming tao to conduct a lifestyle check. Kasi iba-iba eh. Sa bangko, pupunta ka rin sa mga panila, sa mga magre-record check ka, magkakandak ka rin ng mga interviews. Kaya maraming taong gagamitin dyan eh. It will take months to conduct an intensive lifestyle check. Parang ang nagkakandak ng background investigation yan.
Opo.
So malaking bagay, makakakuha ka ng marami ka makakuha ng mga ebidensya niyan.
But
We've done it when I was in CIDG.
Yeah, when you were head of the CIDG, but it's going to take time. And would you agree, Mayor, that possibly a number of the assets would most probably not be named under this particular person? Yung talagang pagmamay-ari ay hindi nakapangalan yung mga ari-arian.
Alam mo, ang gagaling na nila eh. Ang gagaling nila, Pinky. Karamihan ng mga properties nila wala sa pangalan nila. Pero matrace mo naman yan. Matrace mo. May mga paper trails. Of course, you're going to interview neighbors. You're going to interview certain people na has personal knowledge. At ikakaroon ka lagi ng lead. There will always be lead. If you're a good investigator, you will always find a way to gather pieces of evidence.
Marami na nga hong investigador sa social media.
Yeah, sa social media pa lang, meron nga, di ba, tinatawag natin social media exploitation and document exploitation. Doon pa lang, kapag mine ka na ng napakarami doon, dito makikita mo na lang kung ano yung mga dinidisplay nila. Ang dami niyan eh. Minsan nakakalimutan nilang ilagay kasi nga doon sa they flaunt. They flaunt their
wealth.
Their wealth and they're not really aware na, alam mo, they're just exposing themselves. Kaya
they're not aware that social media never forgets. Sir, maybe just as a last question because sinasabi mo nga dami mong nakukuhang impormasyon, you have leads into corruption allegations and how massive this is. Ano po? If I were to ask you, kasi iba-iba po itong mga sinasabi, no? Yung pong provider. When you say provider, when you mentioned kanina provider, what exactly did you mean?
Alam mo, Pinky, na you're cutting out. Yeah.
Okay. As a last question, sir.
Yes.
Sa dami ng alam niyo po, ang tanong ko lang po, iba-iba kasi ang nakikinabang according to you sa mga kickback. Sino ho ba ang pinaka malaking kickback ang nakukuha?
Alam mo, pag tinanong mo sa House of Representatives, alam nila kung sino. Alam nila, nagmamaang-maangan lang sila. Pero alam nila. Ang nakakalungkot dito, bakit parang takot silang banggitin yung pangalan niya? No. Kaya nga gusto ko na umarap dyan sa House of Representatives, dyan sa inquiry nila para banggitin ko yan eh.
All right. Well, sir, it starts on Tuesday. Again, yung Senado po is on Monday. That's the second hearing on Monday. Of course, we will watch this and we hope to speak to you again pag nasa Manila po kayo, Mayor. Kasi madalas din naman kayong back and forth, Manila to Baguio.
Yes.
Baka kayo po, meron ho ba kayong chopper? Meron kayong airplano?
I wish.
Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong, sir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Pinky.
See you, sir. And that's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on VNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.